So one of my viewers asked me if I would do a video on Kohberger allegedly buying the K-Bar knife on Amazon. Now, it was Dateline NBC that first made this claim, and then other news sites picked it up, like The Independent, New York Times, etc. But this was all based on unnamed sources. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I don't put any stock into unnamed sources. Unless I see it on a legal document or I hear it from somebody that's in law enforcement or involved in the case myself, I don't put any stock into it. So I have not seen anything released publicly that shows he purchased the K-Bar from Amazon. Now, of course, we don't know what was shown to the grand jury, because they're alleging that the grand jury was shown this, but we don't know. What we do know is the autopsies were completed on November 17th. The medical examiner released the findings to the coroner, and law enforcement issued 4 warrants for K-Bar knives after the autopsies were complete. What that tells me is they aren't just going off the sheath. The medical examiner had to have found indications that it was a K-Bar used in the stabbings. Distinct wound patterns, bruising patterns from the finger guard, etc. But I will show you those warrants. I've done another video on the warrants in the past, but I'll show you these warrants again. Okay, so here is the search warrant for Amazon that was issued on November 26th of 2022. And you can see the numbers, Amazon's numbers, ASIN, those are Amazon's numbers for the 2 K-Bars they were looking for. And then here's the warrant for Blue Ridge Knives. And you can see the K-Bar they were looking for with Blue Ridge Knives. That was issued on December 13th. And here is the eBay warrant. That was issued on November 26th, same day as the Amazon warrant was issued. And you can see the 2 different numbers they were looking for as well. Now, he did have to issue another eBay one because he used the Amazon ASINs on this. So Mowry did mess up, and he did send out a second eBay warrant with the correct numbers for eBay. And then here is the warrant issued for K-Bar, and that was for November 29th. And the S was for the sheath, and then they had a couple more knife numbers on the one for K-Bar. Now, when all of those warrants were returned, all of the information was sealed. So we have no idea whose names showed up on those warrants as purchasing those knives. Now, Blue Ridge is a wholesaler. So that would have just had names of businesses. It wouldn't have had individual names, but the eBay, the Amazon, and the K-Bar sites, those warrants would have all been able to go back to individual names. Now, there was another Amazon warrant issued in May of 2023, and it was issued right before the grand jury was impaneled. So let me show you that one. Okay, so this was the Amazon warrant on May 10th of 2023. And if you notice, it was also with forensic accountant Michael Douglas. So he is an FBI forensic accountant. So I thought that was interesting, because if they were just searching for a K-Bar purchase, why would they need a forensic accountant? Which makes me think this warrant is not about the knife. Now, the other thing you'll notice is that the warrant was returned on June 27th. The grand jury was impaneled on May 12th and issued the indictment on May 16th. So this information from Amazon on this warrant came back after the grand jury was impaneled. So anybody saying that this warrant may have been information they showed to the grand jury, no, they didn't, because the information came back after the grand jury had already issued the indictment. So yeah, I'm going to call bunk on the people that are trying to claim that he purchased it off Amazon, because we just don't know. And Dateline can say all the sources they want, But unnamed sources don't do it for me. I need to see it in black and white on a court document saying that, yes, he purchased this knife from Amazon. Or I need to hear it from the source myself. So until then, I'm not going to believe that he purchased the knife and the sheath from Amazon. Could he have? Sure. Anything's possible. I mean, if he did commit this crime, he obviously purchased that knife somewhere. But was it Amazon? We don't know. He could have purchased it at a swap meet. He could have purchased it off eBay. He could have purchased it at a sporting goods store somewhere. So I am not willing to go out on that limb and say, oh yeah, he purchased the knife and the sheath from Amazon. I just haven't seen anything that proves he did. So that's one of those mysteries that's going to remain until trial. And then when those documents are unsealed, we'll know what they found and whose names were on those. But until then, it's all speculation.